I'm Pierre Bachmann, and I'd like to present to you the Diary of Mad Director for what my life has been like for the past 4 years. And to put it really bluntly, you saw something really great that Bev did in terms of moving her thing. Now you see how doofus and dingus move a museum. So this is the original Timmins Museum National Exhibition Centre. We had been located in South Porcupine at that site since 1975. We have a community museum and a national exhibition centre. Thank you. And we also held an archives in there. Now, unfortunately, in December of 2006, we were told quite quickly that we had a mold and water problem in the museum, so they started to take the walls out, as you will notice. So on the right-hand side of the slide, you will see a sort of a plastic wall unit. That was what was the wall behind where our collections were actually stored. As they went through and they thought that this was going to be a 2-week process, you will note that this looks like more than a 2-week process, as this is my gift shop area and our in our main entrance area and leading off to our furnace rooms. So as they went through, we discovered that there were some serious problems. They'd incorporated not only mold on the outside of the walls, but on the inside, and had migrated inside and then up into our duct units. So eventually we had to take everything out. So, and I mean everything. There was nothing left of that building. So our collection, however, had to find a home. It couldn't necessarily stay in that lovely location. So the city graciously offered us the Whitney Hall, which is a hall off of at a local arena, where we were able to store the collection. Lucky me, I got a wonderful office in the kitchen in there. I know we hired on Diamond and Schmidt, however, because the city was thinking, this is marvelous. Let's create a partnership between the Timmins Symphony Orchestra and the museum. And we were building a gigantic arts and heritage center, which was fantastic. It was beautiful. It was supposed to be located in Schumacher. You'll note this is not it. We were then, in the meantime, moved to the Underground Gold Mine Tour at the Schneider Twain Center, or what I like to refer to as Purgatory. And that's my colleague Chris, who worked in a small commercial gallery we had in there. We also had a tiny little space that we could hold exhibitions with God knows what. But in any case, we did that. And we stayed there for about a year and a half, just, driving ourselves crazy. But the community responded to it. They thought it was fabulous. They liked to come out and look at photographs and whatever we could put out. And we always had these wonderful wine and cheeses that everybody came to because, that's what they like to do, right? So there was a support, at least in the community, and the museum was still there. Then we discovered, of course, we have to get it out of the arena. So the city owns a building called OLS, which is a call center. Now the call center was doing work, so we took the 10,000 square feet at the back of the, or 4,000 at this point, to store our collection, and it was a climate-controlled building. So we started the move of so we went from the museum to the arena. Now we're going to the OLS. In the 4,000 square feet that was first designated for us. So we did the move with a local moving company and with our city workers, which was an experience. I don't recommend it to too many people. Then you'll realize where the madness comes from. But I mean, the guys were good. They were all very kind, and they did help us in terms of setting things up and putting things together and so on. In the meantime, Chris and I still stayed at the Underground Gold Mine Tour while we waited whatever we were going to be doing with this brand new arts and heritage facility. Unfortunately, we couldn't really do a lot of programming there, and they eventually closed our gift shop because we were in competition with Schneider Twain, so that wasn't a good thing. So this was a lovely picture of the Kid Creek smelter site, which unfortunately was closed in 2009. And that meant a large loss to the tax base for the city of Timmins, which means that my Arts and Heritage Centre went bye-bye. So, what we did now was beg another 6,000 square feet off of the OLS building. So I now have 10,000 square feet, worked with a local architect, J.L. Richards, George Carrion, who was a good friend, thank God. And we started to renovate that site. That renovation started in December of 2010. So here's wonderful, as we're in progress, putting together what will be the new Timmins Museum National Exhibition Center. Our city guys then, of course, helped with the work on the inside, so a lot of the work was done in-house. But it was wonderful because this allowed us now to have 2 gallery spaces. So we have a temporary gallery in that space. We have a permanent gallery. We have a library. We also have a gift shop area. And it's also what was really, really good is that I finally could rehire my staff. We were only 2 people left from the site. I've now rehired my program officer. I've rehired my museum attendants, my 3 museum attendants. And we opened 6 weeks ago. And this is our lovely new gift shop area. So, we survived. We've been open as of 6 weeks, I guess, yesterday. And and we've had over 2,000 people visit our site. So we're looking at opening our permanent gallery in January, and I survived, so things will happen.